Hello everyone, it's Gail Moffat here, and you can find me on gailmoffat.com or find me on Facebook, which is Gail Moffat or Gail Moffat Spiritualist Medium and Teacher. Be lovely to see you on Facebook. Now, when we're going to look at a show today, what I've been doing is I've been endeavouring to give as many private readings to people that share this video that will be on my Facebook page probably tomorrow night. And so if you share and you like and comment that you've done that, I'm going to endeavour to get round as many people as I possibly can. Now, one of the things that I was thinking about this week, that I think is probably quite a big question when it comes to spiritualism and mediumship, is a lot of people ask me, has my loved one got to the spirit world and are they okay? So I thought I would talk a little bit about this because I think this is quite an important subject, just to know that they're okay. Now, the first thing that happens when you are preparing to leave for the spirit world is that your loved ones from the spirit world will start to gather around you and start to be around you and accompanying you in your journey. And as your spirit leaves the body, because it's the body that dies, but the spirit never does. As your spirit leaves the body, what actually happens is you are met by somebody that you will perhaps recognise. Now, that may be a grandmother, a mother, anybody that you've loved, but it also can be a pet. That, I think, is quite wonderful, because sometimes we love our pets more than we love human beings, because they are very special in our lives and they have a spirit and they reside in the spirit world when they pass over. So that's something that's quite interesting, that we are met by somebody. And some of you may have read books or heard about the idea of travelling towards the light. Sometimes people will report about having this overwhelming feeling of light, and they may have to go across a lake or through a tunnel, or particularly just going through a journey. It's a journey that they have to do to go across. And as I said before, this is something that is generally assisted by a loved one that you would recognise and know. Once you get into the spirit world, this is something, again, that is quite important, because it can be a little bit disorientated. And every effort from the spirit world, let's not forget the spirit world is an intelligence. Every effort from the spirit world will assist and help you to move across and to adjust in the spirit world. You may receive healing, and you may be, and that's something, again, that's quite important. If your body has gone through quite a serious illness, that healing is essential. But ostensibly, it's all about adjusting to the spirit world. And because it's a new life, it's a new journey. Once you've adjusted in the spirit world, this is your time. This is your time to be more connected spiritually in the spirit world. And there will be discussion about where you're going, who you're going to be with, what happens in your life. All those sort of things will happen. But the main thing that is important for you to understand here today, this is the main thing, I think, is that you are not alone. You will be reconnected with your loved ones. And so you'll be part of a family group. Just as you are here, you will be over there. Now, I think it's quite important that we take some calls, and I'm I'm looking to take 2 calls this evening, and my first call is Amanda in Arkansas. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I am.
Hello, Amanda. How are you this evening?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm not too bad. It's where I am. I'm on holiday at the moment in Mallorca, which is in Spain, and so it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
But how can I help you this evening?
Well, I was just wanting to know, basically, life situations, what path am I going on, and, having some hard times right now.
So am I right in hearing that you just want to know what your situation and what your life path is?
Yes.
And sort of how things are going to be moving forward for you from this point on?
Yes.
Okay. One of the first things that I'm sensing as I connect to you is I'm sensing quite a low mood, and and I'm sensing that you're feeling like it's almost like you're feeling that you've been given a raw deal in life. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
And I feel I feel let down as well. A sense of someone or people around you haven't been there for you and haven't supported you in the way that you feel that you would have supported them. Does that make sense?
Yes, I can agree.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
Some people I can agree with that.
And I know that there's been times where you have felt, how can I put this? A little bit disillusioned with life. Does that make sense to you? Can you hear me? Hello? You can hear me, can you? Amanda?
Hello?
Oh yeah, so you're back. I can hear you. Thought I'd lost you for a moment there. Did that make sense to you? A little bit disillusioned with life?
Yes.
And I can sense a lot of tearfulness and being quite sort of upset as I'm moving into your situation. Now, I feel this is going to work in a slightly different way than what you've asked. And I very much trust the spirit world in this because I feel that they want to work in a slightly different way. Because I do feel that I have your grandmother with me. There's a grandmother in the spirit world. And I feel that this is a lady that she's very compassionate, but she's also a force to be recognized with. She's quite a strong character, and I feel that as she's talking to me, she feels quite sort of angry at how you've been treated, because she's the one that's telling me how let down you've been and how people have it's almost like she's saying people have just trampled all over you and not given a thought for how you might feel and what your needs are. And she's quite frustrated and angry with me. Not with me, but with the situation. And she's saying to me that it's almost though you're caught up in a situation you're caught up in a situation that's almost quite difficult to unravel. It's like it's caught up. It's knotted. I can see these knots and caught up sort of situation, and it's like what she wants to do is she wants to just pick you up and take you somewhere else, because where you are and the people that are surrounding you, she's wagging her finger at me like this, and she's saying where you are it's like it is not good for you, and the only way for improvement, it's almost like she's saying what would be beneficial would be to move out of your situation and take a different path, because all the time you're in that where you are, you're surrounded by people that do not have your highest interest with you. Is that all making sense to you so far?
Yeah. Do you know what side she's on? My mother's side or my father's side?
Your father's side.
Okay.
And sorry, were you about to say something? I think I might have interrupted you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she a great grandmother or just a grandmother?
I heard the word grandmother, but it could be great grandmother, but I just heard the word grandmother. She's saying to me that she's saying to me that the reason why she's come through as opposed to somebody else is because she has some sort of recognition of what you're going through. There's something about her life that was quite similar. And I feel like also I've got sort of like a chesty cough as well, and I feel I want to sort of cough a little bit, and so I know that was something that was a problem for her towards the end of her life, because I feel she hasn't got her. It feels like her lungs aren't good with her. Is that making sense to you?
I'm not exactly sure about my father's side of the family that much.
Is it because you didn't know them, or?
Yes, my mom, we moved away. She ran away from him when I was like 2 or 3.
Right. Okay. But it's definitely her that's come through, and she's saying that when she was so when she was younger herself, she had certain situations in her life that are very similar to what's going on with you right now. And this is where she comes in with this empathy and this understanding. And I know that she's saying to me that she wants to assist you as you move through your next stage of your life. And I just keep on hearing, get out of there, get out of there. You know, you can't, she's saying, you can't stay in this situation because it's just not good for you. Because every time you stay in this situation or stay connected, it's dragging you down and pulling you down and not allowing you to feel free or happy or anything. And she's just like, keeps on saying, get out of there, get out of there. No, I'm not quite sure what the situation is, because she's not telling me the exact details, but that is what she's saying to me. She's also saying to me that this was, there's been a lot of sad situations in your family background, and I feel that she's talking about her son, so that would be your father. Did you know your father?
No.
Because she's talking about her father, your father, and she's saying that he had a lot of problems in the family, because I feel like a lot of the family members almost were unsure of being friends with him, because he would quite often get into sort of problems and difficulties and in life, and was quite sort of I feel wouldn't always stay on the right side of the law as well, would sometimes act illegally in certain situations. And I'm seeing a gun as well, because I know that, because I'm being shown sort of guns as well, so I know that he would have had guns in his possession and used guns. Now I know you're in America, and the gun culture is very different from from England. We don't have the gun culture in the same way, but I know that this your father. There's a lot of aggression around him and guns. So I know that guns were quite significant with him. And your grandmother is saying to me that she found it difficult to sometimes tolerate his behaviour, because he was always letting people down, and in some way or another. But as I'm moving forward with you, she's saying to me, and it's very much her wanting to come forward and help you. She's saying to me that once you acknowledge the difficulties around you, and acknowledge the need to be free from those difficulties, she's saying that she will help you every step of the way. But I know that it's something. It's like a hard hurdle to jump over. But once you've jumped over, there will be a lot of freedom for you, and potentially a new life open to you. But it's that hurdle that you've got to get over.
Wow.
How's that?
Pretty intense.
Now, I also, just before I leave you, it's like I just want to give you this big spiritual hug, because I know that you need a lot of looking after and a lot of hugging, and you need to know that you're loved. Because this lady in the spirit world, although you didn't know her and she wasn't in your life, she loves you, and she's been with you ever since she's moved across to the spirit world, and she's saying, I won't let you down, not like all the other people. I won't let you down, she keeps on saying, and she's saying that she's going to be with you. Now, I'm really sorry, I've only got 7 minutes left of the show, and I've got to move to another caller. Thank you very much for phoning in, and I just give you all my love as you move forward in your life. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Now I've got Heather in Pennsylvania. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello, is that Heather?
Yeah, it's me. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not so good.
Oh.
I guess my reason for needing a reading tonight is I have a lot going on with my son, who was attacked by a group of kids last week, and we have court, and I'm just trying to see if you could see any insight on what's going to happen.
Right, now let me just clarify what I heard, because the sound isn't brilliant. Your son was attacked by two boys. Did you say that was last week?
It was the beginning of the month, and it was 4 of them.
Right, and did you say that there's going to be a court case?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's got that far, and right. Right. The thing that I'm sensing, first of all, Spirit are taking me to your son, and I know that with, I know we're I'm going to have to be very, very quick because we're short of time here. Now, I know with your son that he is. What I'm being told is he's suffered some injuries, and I don't know whether they're emotional or physical. I feel both. As I'm being corrected here by Spirit, both they're telling me that he suffered injuries physically and emotionally, and it's almost as though he's quite distraught over what's happened, and he's fearful of going out into the community and being part of his world around him, and I know that this has taken its toll on him greatly, and then obviously the knock-on effect is with you, because I know that it's taken its toll on you, because you're I'm being told that you're a very, very caring, considerate, compassionate mum, and you've always given your all to your family and all to your children. And what's so and I'm feeling there's a lot of anger from the spirit world as to the injustice in this, because you've always brought up your children really, really well, and to have this happen is just seems so unfair. Now, I know that as we move forward, this court case, I feel that I'm hearing the word stop, start, stop, start. And what that suggests to me is that it's not going to be straightforward, this court case. And I feel that there will be, it's almost like there's going to be needing new evidence to light in order to get these people prosecuted for what they've done. And I think this is about gathering the evidence, because I think at the moment the evidence is a little bit scantily. It's not giving enough evidence to get this court, to get justice. And so what I'm hearing from the spirit world is that as time moves forward, there will be new evidence to light, and somebody will come in with an angle that will move this case forward. And I'm hearing that you will receive justice, and these boys will have to pay the price of what they've done. But it seems to me that when I look at these two boys, it seems to me that they are a pair of bullies. They're always looking to. There's a lot of aggression around them, and I don't think your son is the first person that they've done this to. I feel that they have been aggressive and attacked others, and it requires others to come forward, because I feel that you're not alone in this. There are others, and the others need to come forward, is what I'm being told, in order for this case to be put to bed. And I'm being told that it's like they are known in your community, and people, it's like people know that who they are and what they're like, and know that other people have suffered. But I think I get the feeling that there are other people that have suffered at the hands of these two, but I haven't taken it further. In other words, they haven't gone through the judicial situation.
Yeah.
Does all that make sense to you?
Yeah. No, you said 2. Are you saying that, because there were 4, were there 2 that you're saying that stood out to you?
Yes, I think so. Two that sort of stood out. But I'm also know that we have to have another situation come forward.
Okay.
In order, it's like that there's something to do with the evidence that isn't sufficient enough, and I do feel that something else. This is where I was getting stop start. Now I know I've only got 30 seconds left of the show, so but I just want to say that this will reach a final conclusion, and this will get through, but it will be a bit of a stop start situation. But you will get the hand and the help of somebody else that has suffered this, and have that. Also, I'm being told that counselling may help in this situation as well.